You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 114 of the Battered Heat Fans podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. Daniel Solana. How are you doing, sir?
Doing great, man. We just keep cranking these bad boys out. We just keep cranking them out day by day, more content, and man, I'm just happy to talk. Unfortunately, we're gonna talk LeBron, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of coping. Well, I'm sorry. It's time to cope because we have to find some positives here. Because I keep hearing about how great it would have been, and admittedly, so I've been saying the same thing. But there has to be some positives. Now, I will tell you that a lot of there's pros and cons. The cons would probably be off the court, maybe, or some on the court, but not directly because I do think he was a good fit. But we're gonna try to find some reasons as to why we're good and we're glad that LeBron isn't here. And if you want, I'll start off. So I'll throw one at you right now. Miami's gonna be flying under the radar a lot more than they would have if LeBron showed up. If LeBron gets here, the circus arrives. The attention that this team receives, the scrutiny that it has for every misstep, because you know it's going to take a while for them to adjust, like it did with the Big Three when they started 9-8. Like all of that was going to happen regardless. But now it gets to happen, and it isn't as big a deal. They kind of get to work through all those issues while they try to figure things out without all the national attention. So I'll start that off as my first reason as to why possibly a good thing that LeBron didn't show up.
That's actually a good that's actually a good reason. I mean, talking about the circus that he brings, right? Unfortunately, like you said, he's not coming here. But look, my reason now, my two, I guess. Your one was, we don't have the LeBron retirement tour coming, and we don't have to deal with all the off field stuff. But mine is that he can actually stop waiting, and they can actually build now. And now we have a little bit more clarity. There's no more sitting around waiting for LeBron, and waiting for him to pick. And Riley can, and Riley and Ellisberg can now move on and address the real needs. They like Riley has said in the media, where we need another playmaker, we need a big and possibly another shooter. And look, now there's a little bit more clarity, and we can go out and fill out our roster.
Okay. Nah, that's good because we wanted that, right? We just wanted to fill in our roster. I'll give you another one. Even though I think some people or a lot of people would have thought this, I think it would have been in question. This is now undoubtedly Giannis's team. Like LeBron gets here, and I'm sure LeBron will be like, this is Giannis's, boom. He's the young guy, he's the guy in his prime. But I think, it would have just brought a lot of attention. It would have been a lot of LeBron talk. Now this is unquestionably Giannis's team. This team goes as far as Giannis takes it. This team is built around Giannis, his skill set, and what he needs, which is a lot of shooting. And I think that any question that there would have been is no longer there. This is now unquestionably Giannis's team, and I think that's a good way to build a new era, right? Because this is the Giannis era. LeBron was going to be here for a year or two and then leave, and Giannis would still be here. We started the Giannis era just clean. Like, this is a fresh start, and it's his team for the next 5 or however long he's going to end up being here. So I think that is another good positive as to why LeBron did not come to Miami.
No, I think that's a great positive. Obviously, like you mentioned, if LeBron comes, then the story of the 2026-2027 season becomes LeBron returning to Miami, and there's no more focus on Giannis, and this is his team. So I totally see that. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Even for us, over the last month, instead of celebrating the rival Giannis, what do we spend the last month doing? Is LeBron coming? How is LeBron going to fit? How good would it be if LeBron gets here? And right, Giannis had just gotten here, and the focus was already on LeBron. LeBron just decided not to come here on Friday, and I almost felt disappointed. We just got the best player in the Eastern Conference, top 5 player in the entire NBA, and somehow we still felt disappointed in the offseason because we didn't land LeBron when Giannis is as big a fish as you can possibly get in the NBA. So I think that is something good as far as that. Now, I will give you another one. Goes along the same lines. Doesn't really have to do too much with basketball. But I tell you that we kind of dodged the bullet here You ready? I've gone through it in different sports. I'm going through it right now in Inter Miami. For those that don't, Battered Herons, we do Inter Miami show. When you bring a player like LeBron, and again, this is a silly talk, but it would have affected you if you were on social media. The stands that come with those fans on Twitter, on Instagram, on social media, the people that would be joining in the chat. If Bam Adebayo has an off game where he scores 8 points, which Bam has he can pull off once in a while, they would come on and they would be like, "What is LeBron doing on this team? He needs a better roster around him." And those stands are insufferable. I can't stand them. I've seen them in different sports. I've gone through it plenty of times with different stars on social media, and it is absolute worse. Yes, I'm sure if LeBron would have been here, we would have just dealt with it. But it's nice that we got to avoid that.
I agree. I mean, the other thing that we haven't talked about yet is the pressure, right? The pressure that this team would have had LeBron James come here would have been insane, because really, if you're really thinking about it, anything short of a finals run would have been treated like a disaster. And now the Heat can still be aggressive, but they don't have to carry that national circus of LeBron's final ring chase that Philly's going to have to deal with. And they won't have that pressure. Yes, there is going to be some pressure because you brought Giannis and you're expected to obviously not make it into the play-in, to make it straight into the playoffs, to make a deep run and possibly contend for a championship. But that pressure of, if LeBron was on the team, that's a definite thing that you have to do, obviously, because it's his last couple of years and he's ring chasing and all that. I mean, at least the Heat now don't have that pressure on them. So, and also I do want to address, I guess, in our last video, I took a jab at LeBron. And I might have called him, not might have, I did. I went back and I watched it. I called him a bitch. Apparently some folks were not happy about me calling him that. And, if you're not happy with it, I apologize. Just taking a jab at him, friendly jab. This is what we do here. We're fans. We take friendly.
This is a fan. This is a fan podcast, but it was uncalled for. LeBron brought you 2 chips, man.
Still, man, he doesn't play for my team. Don't like it.
All right. Well, look, I still appreciate LeBron.
I'm gonna boo his ass when he comes down here for Philly.
I mean, I would also, because he's not playing for us, but still, I appreciate him, man. I still wish he would have come. All right. Now, another thing. We killed Tyler Hero for never being healthy. The Miami Heat just have how many starting lineups do we have every year because of the health issues? LeBron James, since joining the Lakers, has played an average of 58 games a season. And I'm telling you, he's 42 years old. It's not going to get better.
No, it's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse, right? Father Time is undefeated. As much as people want to say that it's not, it is. It's undefeated. And we were going into a situation where we're going to lean on LeBron being the ball handler and kind of facilitating this offense with the, I don't want to say lack of shooting, but we don't have as much shooting as people would like. We have the 2 big men that need somebody to find them with the ball. And we'd be depending on him to kind of unlock the offense. And yeah, he would, but he would do that, 55 times in a season, 50 times in a season. So yeah, it would have been nice when he was playing, but we don't know how long he's going to play. Again, Father Time is undefeated. And last year he only played like 50 games, I believe. Let me look right now. I think he only played 50 games.
Yeah, he didn't play that many.
He played 60 games. He played 60 games, so it was more than I thought. He played 60 games last year. But it's probably not going to go up. It's probably going to go down. He's not going to be playing back-to-backs. So in that aspect, and I know, I'm sure somebody in the comment later will be like, yeah, but you're going to substitute him with fucking DeMar DeRozan or Klay Thompson, which are also pretty old. I get it. They're not as old, though. And remember, we brought LeBron in because we thought that he would help facilitate this also. He was going to be the floor general. And I think that would that would have been something that would have kicked us in the ass. German Shepherd says, reason 1, I know I am in minority, but I feel like we can give all the minutes to LeBron. It's going to get to Conwell and not skip a beat. Oof, that's a wild take, German Shepherd.
It is.
That's a wild. That's a wild take. Yeah, that's true believer in Ryan Conwell. I still
got a few more, man. I still got a few more.
So do I. I'm just going through here. And Jeff Flores, in my opinion, like Solana said the other day, it's about winning. Having LeBron would have put us in a better position to win a chip. Arguably, the segment, yeah, it would have. But adding DeRozan and Clay would have to do with depth. Yeah, you give me your other one.
I mean, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on Savannah's side here. So for those of you that don't know, Savannah is LeBron James' wife.
Yeah.
The fact LeBron's not coming to Miami, I think, works in her favor.
Her
We
favor.
know,
Okay.
yeah, we know that LeBron was in some stuff when they were down here the last time, and that
I
might
thought
have
we might go off court. I didn't know we were gonna go this far off court. Okay.
Oh, we're going. And I have proof.
I don't want it. We don't want the proof.
Well, and so I think, LeBron not coming to Miami and having to deal with the beautiful women that are down here in South Florida is going to be a positive for his marriage. So shout out to Savannah and keeping her marriage alive and her relationship alive by keeping LeBron out of Miami.
I think LeBron's matured. I don't think he would have gotten himself into that stuff in his 40s. I think he's done with all that stuff.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I still keep seeing the posts of the supposed woman who had him in love down here, showing up at all.
People posting about that?
Oh yeah, showing up at all his games. So there might still be something going on there. I mean, I might be taking a long stretch here, but I'm just throwing it out there. And then I'm going to take a page out of my brother's book, because this is another one that now I feel a lot more strongly about, and that is, we don't have to talk about the Heat retiring LeBron's number 6 jersey. The number 6 jersey that they should retire should be Mario Chalmers.
Was he number 15?
He was number 6 before LeBron came. Greatest number 6 to ever don the Miami Heat gear.
No, he's not, man. He played like a season or two with number 6.
Chalmers?
No. Yeah, Mario Chalmers, you remember him as a number 15.
Greatest number 6 to ever play for the Miami Heat.
They better retire LeBron's number.
I hope not.
They got Jordan's number up there. How are they not going to retire LeBron's?
I don't know, but I don't think it's going to happen after he joined Philly. Had he joined Miami.
Nah, they will. They have to.
Look, Jeff Flores is on my side here. He agrees. Mental peace for Savannah. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, but that's not for us. That's for Savannah. We're talking about what we're happy that he's not coming. All right, so I got another one. LeBron James shot his worst 3-point percentage in the last, I think, 10 years. He shot 31% from 3 in the last 10 years. Generally, that doesn't improve as you get older. So 3-point percentage worst in the last 10 years. And like we've been saying, we need shooting. I think that, again, and I'm stretching here, and I'm going to admit it, I wanted LeBron. I don't want anybody here like, oh, you guys are saying, oh, I wanted LeBron. Absolutely. I still want him. I hope he turns his back on Philly and comes over. Like, I still want him. But I'm here trying to reach for reasons why it's good. And he wasn't going to help the shooting situation. Worst shooting percentage, 3-point percentage in the last 10 years for him. And again, I don't think that was going to improve. So you'd be putting him in a lineup with Bam and Giannis when we're asking for shooting. And then you have Bam, Giannis, Davion Mitchell, which again shoots 40%, doesn't shoot it enough, but I'm hoping that changes this year. And then Andrew Wiggins, who shot 40%. So I don't think that would have helped anything. And that's another possibly positive as to why LeBron didn't show for us.
I agree. And here's another positive. He can now focus on going out to get Steph Curry. Obviously, we know that there are reports coming out that he hasn't signed an extension yet. Yeah, I believe it.
He can't sign it until August 20-something. Late in August.
But there's been talk of that Lacob, the owner of the Golden State Warriors, is focused on the post Steph Curry era of Golden State Warriors basketball. And again, that might work in the Heat's favor because they might look to be trading him. And I don't know if the Heat have the assets to do it, but if he's able to force himself down here, I mean, the Heat can now, go out and try to get another superstar now that they know that LeBron's not coming.
Well, a couple of things on that aspect. One, the teams that I've heard that would be interested or Boston, which I mean they have a chance, right? They have the like LeBron hates like hates Boston, so I never thought that he would go over there. But Steph, maybe he'll go over there, right? They have the the history behind them. They have the banners. Maybe he would consider there. And San Antonio also, I heard. And could you imagine him teaming up with Wemby? I wouldn't doubt that that's something that attracts him. I would love him to come to Miami, but it's not a shoe in. And second, if he doesn't sign that extension, there's a good chance that he just goes somewhere in free agency next year. Because I don't see Golden State trading him away. So then at that point, you would be in a situation like this year with LeBron. And again, it would be tough. I think it would be tough. But at that point, we could talk. But that's not something that's going to happen this year. Now, on the aspect of money-wise, like you said, LeBron didn't come so we can get Curry. Well, LeBron didn't come, but now we have the majority of that mid-level exception where we have that money that we can spend on someone else. And that's why I think Klay Thompson's more of a possibility now, because now he can get the buyout and we can kind of pay some of that back for him. And I think Klay Thompson is more of a possibility because LeBron didn't come.
Do you start Klay Thompson? I mean, I know we kind of talked about this yesterday, but do you start him over Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Yes. Timmy was in the final 3 finalist for Sixth Man of the Year. He's accustomed to that role. He plays well in that role, well enough to almost win that award. Remember, the other finalists was the person that won from San Antonio. I always forget his name, Kennard Johnson, something like that. Kennard Johnson, and Jaime. Good shot.
Sorry,
and Jaime.
Keldon Johnson.
Keldon, thank you. Keldon Johnson, and then Jaime. Those were the other 2 finalists. So we had Jaime right here, and Timmy brings that with more consistent shooting. And yeah, I would put Klay in the starting line, absolutely. You know what? Another aspect of this. Did you expect LeBron to start with Davion Mitchell? Because in my mind, I always imagined, you know how Spo says he's positionless? I always imagined the squad that didn't have Davion Mitchell in the starting lineup and that it might be LeBron, Tim Hardaway, or Klay at the 2, Andrew, Bam, and Giannis. That's what I imagined. And somebody can say, let me know if you thought I was completely off base on that, but that's what I imagined. And if you do that, the defense takes a big hit, right? Because LeBron isn't the defender he used to be. Tim Hardaway and Klay aren't necessarily good defenders. So then you would leave it with 3 good defenders on the court with Wiggins, Bam, and Giannis. And I know the paint is secured, but I think that would weaken you defensively. Whereas you keep Davion in the starting lineup and then you put whoever it is at the 2, whether it be Timmy or Klay, and then you only have 1 weak piece on defense. So again, I don't know. Maybe they would have started him next to Davion. I don't think that would have made much sense, but maybe they would have. I always saw LeBron coming in as the floor general, kind of like the point guard, even though I know we're positionless in this team.
Yeah. I mean, I see where you're coming from. I honestly think that Davion probably still would have started because I think he is a vital piece to the starting lineup in terms of defense, in terms of his ball handling, and the fact that he can get the team set in in their offense when they are running their half court offense, and he could distribute. So I know that LeBron could have done some of the same stuff, but
he would have done all of it. That's another positive. Thank you, Solana.
Except for Davion. Except for the defending.
But I'm glad that you said that, because that's another positive. Because I'm a huge Davion fan. I think you're a huge Davion fan. I know your son is a huge Davion fan. LeBron not being here allows Davion to grow as a professional. Davion's not going to have the ball in his hand more often. And playing with Giannis and a Bam and whoever else ends up in this lineup, look, Davion for a large portion of the season was leading the league in assist to turnover ratios. Like, he would have 7-8 assists and 0 turnovers. Like, that was Davion, on top of the defensive prowess that he brings, the on-ball defending. He has a chance to grow and become even better now. And if LeBron would have came, he would have stunted that growth, because Davion wouldn't have the ball in his hands nearly as much as he is going to have him now. So that's another positive. Shout out to Davion, rocking the number 2. If these jerseys weren't too expensive, I'd get one. They're too expensive, though. I can't afford it.
Really? They're that expensive?
Yeah, man. I don't even got my Giannis yet.
I mean, I think they're like $120, right?
Yeah, the regular swingman, yes, but I like the authentics.
Damn, man, that's like 180. It's wild.
It's 300.
300?
Yeah.
Dude, what are we doing? 300 to buy a jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing?
No,
man?
well, I look, to be fair, I always go with the 120 option. I'm saying I like the 300 option, but I always go with the 120. Yes. And real quick, just to stop, the reason I'm wearing this, it started going around social media yesterday that they're gonna bring back the vice versa jersey, which of the 5 vice night jerseys that they had, we agreed. We had a whole show on this a year ago.
We did.
We ranked the 5 Vice City jerseys, and we all ranked. Well, Solana and I ranked the vice versa as the worst. They were going in order. They went with the white, which is what started it off originally, and then they went with the black. So they kept it in the same order. And I said, "This is great." So they went white, they went black. That means that they're just redoing it in the same order. I said, "The blue's next." And if the blue isn't next, at worst, it's the pink one, which they wore that season with the black one. I'm sorry, they wore the same season as the black. They only wore it 3 times though. I was like, maybe they'll do the pink, and we'll get like a full season out of it instead of just 3 games. And I was excited, but they went the vice versa, man. I'm gonna wait for it to be confirmed, but I'm disappointed because you had the light blue, which I think is the most beautiful out of all of them. That light blue is just perfect. And then the pink is one of my second favorites, and they went vice versa, man. I really hope that that's not true.
I honestly don't have a comment to give you on this because I honestly don't care what they wear as long as they win.
Man, I am no, I mean obviously, but I am huge on jerseys in all sports. Like I love jerseys. If I could have a YouTube channel just talking jerseys and classic kits and the stories behind them, believe me, I would, because I absolutely love the aesthetics on the court or on the pitch or on the field, whatever.
I mean, personally, I would have liked for them to go with the pink jersey. I think it would
Me
have
too.
looked sweet, especially with that number 7 Giannis.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't remember exactly what I said about that vice versa jersey when we had the episode. So definitely go check it out. Maybe we'll post it in the description. The link to that one. But yeah, Danny, I mean, I agree with you. It's the worst out of all the vice jerseys. I again, I don't remember the ranking, but that I had. But look, at least they're continuing to use like alternative jerseys like that, and it makes it a little bit cool. And not only that, but I'm wondering, do you think at some point the Heat are gonna just go full vice and forget about the red, black, and yellow?
We had this discussion a couple weeks ago. You said you wouldn't want it. I wouldn't be against it, but I also love the traditional black and red. I love the blood red, as they call it. I love that also. I love when they wear the red on the court. I'm glad that Bam got the 83 when wearing the red. So no, I wouldn't want to go away. I like that they kind of try to balance them both out. So yeah. All right, so let's finish off this LeBron talk. I ran out of reasons. I tried my best to find as many as I could. I didn't even count how many that was. I know it was at least 5 or 6. And I'll give you my last one. LeBron not being here gives you more flexibility to give Pell Larson more minutes.
I like it.
Right? Because
I love
you can't,
Pell Larson.
Yeah, I know. And you can't cut LeBron's minutes. But Pell, I think, is going to have more opportunities to get on the court. And there's still people coming, right? There's still going to be a DeMar. There's still going to be a Clay. There's still be a Bradley Beal or somebody. But I feel like it's easier to get Pell on there and give less minutes to those players. Whereas in LeBron, I don't know. It's just different when you have a player like LeBron. So I think that gives a little more flexibility to Pell Larson. I'm hoping Pell is going to surprise a lot of people, because if Pell can develop and Nico can finally do something during the regular season in the NBA, I think that this team's going to be great. And like we said to start off the show, the fact that we're going to fly under the radar and you got people saying that we're going to be a playing team, I like it. That's where I want to be. Give me that. Give me that smoke so we can prove everybody wrong. Kind of like the 8-seeded Heat that made it to the finals, the bubble Heat that nobody was talking about and made it to the finals. You know, I like that. Even the year they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and they lost to the Celtics in Game 7, that season they were the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. But before the season, I don't think people had them top 4 in the East. So I like that. I like the position we're in, and I think it's silly that people have us there. But you know what? Let them hate. Solana,
I agree.
any final words?
Yeah, man. My last final words are LeBron not coming hurts the headline to the team, but at the end of the day, it helps the basketball part of this team. And here's
Mm,
where I'm going to go with. I think
mm,
that had LeBron come here, the offense would have mainly run all through him. And we know that he likes the LeBron stand and pound the ball and pound the ball and pound the ball. And look, and I think now, especially with last year, we had a much more free flowing offense, a more fast paced offense. And I think that with LeBron not coming, I think we're going to be able to continue a version of that offense, which was super fun to watch last year. So at the end of the day, yeah, I'm upset that he didn't come here. I think that we would have been in a much better position to make it to the championship with LeBron here. But I do think the season will end up being more fun overall, based on the offense that we run, based on the players that we have, based on the not having the pressure that we would have had if he would have come. And again, I'm starting to come around to the point where I'm actually happy that he didn't come
mm. I
versus
don't know if I'll ever get there.
I'm there. I'm there.
I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I do think that there are some positives. But I think that this LeBron would have been the perfect fit for this Miami Heat team, just because he had played off ball with the Lakers, with Luka and Reeves over there in LA. That I think that he kind of unlocked a new part of his game. That's the only reason he might be able to survive in Philly without the ball. But I think it would have been great. But he's not here. We don't need him, and we're gonna be just fine. I'm excited to see what this year brings, and we move on without LeBron because again, we're good. We have the best player in the Eastern Conference right now. We'll be
No
fine.
doubt. No doubt.
If you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and we will be back at some point with some more Miami Heat talk. So make sure you turn on the notification bell. So until the next one, have a good one.